If you feel stuck in love or money, just know that it's the same block. So, hello, I'm Julianne Christoph, and I help people understand how the human part of them functions so they can align with their soul, allow their soul to lead so they can live the life that they truly desire. So, let's look at why is love and money carry the same block? Well, this is something I discovered in the last few years because I was wondering why was I always struggling or it felt like I was always chasing after clients. I was always concerned about how am I going to create more flow with my clients or more flow with money. So that was the money part. And then I was in relationships where I always, again, felt like I was the only one carrying the load, or I had to prove how good I was, and I had to chase to be even seen or recognized. And one morning, I remember that I just could not continue like that. I was exhausted, and I felt like nothing was really going my way. Although, on the superficial level, no one could have known what I was really going through because everything seemed to flow. But the truth was, inside, I was constantly struggling and battling, and I was tired of it. So, in my meditation, I asked, what is going on? What's happening? Please help me. And the answer was very clear. The answer was money and love is the same frequency, and it's tied to your worthiness. And when I heard that answer, everything became clear. And now I knew I had to look at my worthiness because that was the core. If you feel unworthy, obviously you're going to have to chase clients and earn love and prove how good you are and struggle in every area of your life because you don't feel worthy of love, you don't feel worthy of money. So I made a lot of money and I made great money, I made good money, but it was always escaping me. Somehow I would lose 250 grand in one shot, like in 8 months, poof, gone. Marriage, poof, gone. My next relationship, although it was so much fun, and it was the relationship that probably made me grow the most, it was also one of the most toxic relationship ever because of the constant push and pull. So my love life, I was struggling, and that's where I saw that my worthiness was at a very low point. And I was feeling the same thing with my clients, my business towards money, except that it showed up very differently. But it was the same energy of unworthiness. So I had to look very deep at what worthiness is really all about. And worthiness comes down to what you truly believe about yourself, what you believe that you can contribute, what you believe that you have to offer, and what you believe that you are worthy of receiving. Are you good enough to receive all the money, all the time, all the ease that you truly desire? Or do you believe that you have to prove something to earn love, to earn money? What are the beliefs that you hold inside that make you think slash believe that you have to earn love or to prove how good you are in order to make a certain amount of money? What makes you believe that you have to struggle in life? Like on a superficial level, you're like, no, no one should struggle. But if you are struggling, it's because you believe somewhere deep down that I know it was the case with me. If I struggled and then I moved up and I got out of that difficult challenge, then I was someone. I was proving how good I was. So I had to look at very deep parts of myself that were not nice, that were making me put myself aside or put others up as a priority or even take responsibilities that were not mine, making other people happy or just overextending myself, over giving because I wanted people to see how good I was. When I learned to show up for myself, and this is where the key lies for you, is to understand that your worthiness comes from within. When I saw that I was chasing on the outside to feel worthy, so whether it's from clients that were saying, oh my God, my life is transformed, it's amazing, or for that special person in my life where I felt like, oh my God, I am chosen. When I stopped seeking on the outside, and let me tell you, learning to be in the uncomfortable place where you feel rejected, where you feel not chosen, not seen, not understood, is really hard to not seek validation on the outside. Ooh, there is, okay, wasp. Okay. So it's really hard to stay with yourself, to learn to give yourself what you need. Because the worthiness comes from you seeing how valuable you are and how important it is. Because you start understanding that the more that you chase on the outside, the more that you seek approval, the more that you seek to be chosen, the more that you seek to be special or important, the more you seek on the outside, the bigger the pain is, because you never get what you seek. Because what you emanate, the signal that you send out, the message in the field is of lack, is of unworthiness. So you can only attract people, event, and circumstances that will reflect that frequency. So you will attract people that cannot give you the level of love that you're truly looking for. Because the truth is, you have to learn to give it to yourself. And this is what I spent months and months learning how to do, to sit with the pain, to sit in this space where you feel alone, where you feel like nothing is, like everything is crumbling. And yes, everything is crumbling, but what is crumbling is what's not working for you anymore. And the more that I learned to stay with myself, to stay with this pain and say, I'm not seeking out, I'm not texting, I'm not calling, I am not getting off my seat to try to get my fix, because I know that if I stay here, it's going to hurt less than if I reach out and don't get what I truly want. And then I realized that every time I was reaching out and not getting what I really wanted, that was the pain. And when I stayed with myself, crying, hugging myself, reading, just spending time with me, understanding what I needed, how I needed it, the freer I got, the more peace I felt inside. My mind calmed down. That monkey mind, the mental looping, gone. It brought me so much peace. And that's where I saw how strong I am, how courageous I am, everything that I bring to the table. I saw all the work that I've done on myself, and learning to see everything that you are is what we are here to, part of what we are here to accomplish as human beings. And when you're able to stand in who you are, in your worthiness, what happens is you're opening up. Instead of always chasing and proving and needing to earn, which prevents you from receiving, but because you're always giving, 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 so you're not receiving. And when you do, you don't even know how to receive it. So it falls flat. So it's like you receive the money, but poof, it's gone because you rather spend it on someone else because they're more worthy of it, or because you have bills to pay, or because you think that you're not good enough. So the little money that you make is just enough to pay what you have to pay. When this changes and you stand in your worth and you stop earning, proving, chasing, struggling, you make space and things open up. What does not align? So, everyone that you were pleasing and that you were over giving, overextending, they're going to go away because all of a sudden you're not giving them anymore what you used to give them. And they might not like that. So, you change and your life changes, your environment changes, and you start attracting people that see you, that seek what you have to offer. And you don't even have to do anything. People see you because now the energy that you emanate, the frequency that you're vibrating at, is you in your wholeness. So you can only attract people who see you and that don't want to take from you. So all of a sudden, you know your worth, you know what to keep, and when to share. Everything starts changing. And because you open up, you're creating flow. And it's the flow that becomes exponential. So the more you stand in who you truly are, the more anchored you are in your true self, the less you seek out, the more you attract who you truly are, that same frequency, which brings abundance of time, abundance of peace, abundance of great connection, abundance of money, abundance of opportunities that are aligned. So, love and money are the same energy, same frequency, tied to your worthiness, and learning to stand in who you truly are, which is you in your wholeness, to see how worthy you are, is where the key lies. I had to see it through my romantic relationship to see how much I was putting myself aside and how much I was chasing on the outside, to see how unworthy I thought I was. And everything just changed completely the moment that I turned things around and seeked inside what I was seeking on the outside. But creating that flow of money, that flow in love, reciprocal love, requires you to do your inner work and your search. So, here are some questions that I have for you. Reflect on, where are you clinging in your life? What are you clinging on? What are you seeking when you please people? And this is a tricky one because a lot of people will say, well, I love giving. It makes me happy to give them. Yes. And you might give from the bottom of your heart, but it makes you happy because of probably how they are receiving it. And because they're happy, whoever is receiving what you're giving are happy, it makes you happy because it makes you feel worthy. So, what are you seeking when you give? Be very honest with yourself. What are you clinging on? What are you afraid of looking at when it comes to your relationships? What is that one relationship? Because we all have one that is taking so much of your energy that when you think of that person, although you might really love and care for the person, what is that one relationship that depletes you, that stresses you out, that puts additional pressure on you? Where are you taking responsibility in your life that doesn't belong to you? And what's the motive behind you taking that responsibility? Answer those questions, and you will see what you're seeking really. Your worthiness is tied to something on the outside. And if you're looking on the outside for something, it's because you feel unworthy. When you are worthy, you know you're worthy. You know that you embody who you truly are. You don't need the outside world for anything. And this is what freedom truly is. So look at that energy. That was such a revelation for me. Money and love, same frequency, same thing. It's tied to your worthiness. Huge, huge breakthrough here. Now, stay tuned because there are two more videos, training videos coming on that topic with a little twist to them. So, stay tuned. And if you are ready to look at that abundance, if you're ready to change perspective and to do the real work, to go dig deep, click on the link here to book your Breakthrough to Abundance session with me. The Breakthrough to Abundance session is an hour and a half where we will dig deep and you will come out with knowing exactly what's the block and how to get out of it. What does it take for you to move out and how to do it? So it's a very powerful hour and a half that we'll spend together, and it is time that you shift your money story and your love story. See you on the other side.